Hey, it's Ellie. Welcome back to another video, or hello if you are new. Today I am back in my Northshore Zoo working on a smaller episode, finally. This is the marsh area for my red-tailed deer habitat, as well as the beaver habitat. It's a combined habitat, and yeah, so just a quick video as I do the landscaping for this. I did decide to include this landscaping because it felt more purposeful than me just placing trees over and over. You will notice, however, that I've already placed all the grass because placing all the buffalo grass in this area took me like 3 hours. A very long time, so I did not record that because that would not be worth watching. But the rest of it is as I decorate this marsh, and this might be one of my favorite habitats that I've ever built. It's really nice. I really like building habitats for the deer species in this game, probably because they feel so natural. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing in this episode. I did want to mention quickly, so my mic, I do think it sounds better, hopefully, to everybody else as well, but there is some sort of issue, some weird sound effect that I'm getting every once in a while, like I don't know, like a flickering. I can't even articulate the problem, which is why I'm having trouble figuring out what to do about it, because as I mentioned in the last episode, I'm not really familiar with audio settings and how it works, and so it's just this random issue that is this like random sound artifact that I'm getting. I don't know. I will take the weekend to figure it out. So probably I'm recording this for the Tuesday episode, so most likely it's still going to be happening on this episode, but hopefully by the next weekend's episode it'll be resolved. I don't know. Things have been yeah. But I've been learning a lot, especially as I get ready for streaming, so hopefully my videos will improve in quality as well as I learn more about what I've been doing, because my channel is 8 years old, but I feel like I've really only been posting videos for like 3 years, and I never, in that time, gaming is, there's so much, how do I explain? For the type of content that I'm doing, especially now with my speed builds, I just have so many hours of footage that it's hard to, like, just editing the footage takes so much time in itself that when I was working a full-time job, I definitely did not have extra time to, like, really delve in and learn more about YouTube and how it all works. But you know, now that I am not working full-time and I'm just doing freelance from home, it's a lot easier to take some time and learn how things are working and actually, like, spend... I feel like I actually spent like an hour or more the other day adjusting my mic, and it's still doing something weird. It's because I can't hear... I think whatever's happening is something between the mic and the recording, because I don't hear it in the playback when I'm just listening to my voice through OBS, so I don't know. Anyway, I'll try to get that resolved, and hopefully the videos will actually sound good going forward. Because I've been doing a lot of post-editing to my audio, but that can only do so much, you know? It can only do so much if the audio is bad to begin with. Anyway, yeah, to be honest, I don't really have a lot to talk about in regards to this actual marsh that I'm building, because it's pretty straightforward. I used a lot of the underwater elements, like the underwater grasses and stuff, and that helped the marsh a lot. My goal for the whole marsh, and you can kind of see it, is that the water is not actually that deep. It's like No, I don't know how to describe it. The beavers, I think, do swim in it, so it's just barely enough for the beavers to do their actual swim, I think. But it's very close to that. Like, I'm even not 100% sure if the beavers are actually swimming or if they're just standing in the water, because it's about that depth. That would be the same either way. And so I was just trying to really recreate an actual marsh in this part of the world. I recognize, obviously, that all of my sort of little mini biomes are very close together. They would not be this close necessarily in in the real life area, but obviously I only have my limited space to work with in the zoo, so I did have to put things as close together as I could. And I was worried at one point about how the coastline would look against this marsh, because as you can see, like, this marsh is basically on the coastline. There's a small bit on the other side of the train tracks and then it's just the cliffside. So, you know, I was a little worried that it would look really bare as you were kind of looking around in this marsh, and it would feel like you're on the edge of a cliff, but I'm happy to say I don't think it looks like that. It's definitely more like open in the backside compared to like looking at on any of the other sides, but definitely. And that's also why I had started initially this build with some of the trees in the background, because I was really experimenting to see how I needed to make this look. If I wasn't able to get a full looking tree coverage on the coastal side of the marsh, then I probably would have opted to go for more of a like barren look. And I think so I was just trying to play around with what looked best. But I was hoping for the more full look, and I'm glad I ended up getting that. And I think the train looks really cool when it goes past as well. And sometimes the animals do stand on the train tracks. But they seem to be... They don't actually seem to go outside of the train tracks too much. I haven't seen any animals flying in boxes to the habitat gate. So, yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen anything like that. It seems like they're staying relatively in the area, which is good. I'm glad they're not flying all around. But as I said, they do sometimes go on the tracks, and the train has to, like, stop and then wait for the animals to get off the track. But I actually kind of like that. I think it's a fun little feature that the vehicles and the track vehicles do that with the animals. And as I mentioned in the last episode where I was actually building the train station, this is basically just a tourist train now, so it's not as if it actually has anywhere to go, and it's not going all that fast. You know, I didn't realize that trains go so slowly. They only go like 30 miles an hour usually at most. I don't know, when they go past you, like at the rail crossings or whatever, I always assumed they kind of slowed down specifically for those major rail crossings, but now I'm questioning if they actually do that, because 30 miles an hour is not all that fast. And yeah, I don't know. That was something I learned recently that was very surprising to me. There is some hilly areas with this train track that I did my best to make look natural, but you know, I don't think for the most part a train would actually have that much of a hill to climb if they were going to build it properly. There is obviously a limit in the game, in the built-in tracks, to like how steep the slope can be for your trains, and I don't actually think I'm even at the max for it, but it still looks really high when the train starts going over the little hill that's right above the like beaver area, the beaver dam habitat. It slows down so much, and it looks like it's struggling to get over it, and I just can't imagine. I don't think the weight of the guest will change that, right? I don't think the game is that advanced, but yeah, interesting anyway. So next up, I believe, I'm trying to think, I have, oh, the campground is the next video that's going to come out with the raccoons, and that's just a cute little habitat. And then we've got probably a pretty long episode for the lighthouse. I'm gonna try my best to cut it down to a single episode because right now I have like over an hour of footage. Unfortunately, a lot of that hour is already edited, so that's gonna be a tough one to get into one episode, but I'm really gonna try to cut out any unnecessary things and give you, you know, the important stuff, the details, which are harder to nail down. But that is the end of this video. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. I post every Tuesday and Saturday. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye!